Alright, what it is, people? It's your boy Yu-Gi-Oh! We are back with another deck profile. Now, this time we have a Maliss Top 16 Ycs Anaheim deck profile piloted by Ycs Anaheim. So, shout out to him getting top 16. I love seeing new changes in the meta, and I also love seeing, waifu decks do pretty good. I also picked up this deck, so I'm going to be studying it and practicing it for a while. So, like, I'm subscribed. Let's get into the deck profile. So we have a 42 card main deck count. We played 3 Dormouse. Maliss Link monsters that point to this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use each effect of the following effects of Dormouse once per turn. During your main phase, you activate this effect, banish 1 Maliss monster from your deck. Also, for the rest of the turn, Maliss monsters you control gain 600 attack. If this card is banished, you can pay 300 life points, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Link monsters. So we play 3 Dormouse, 3 White Rabbit. You take no damage from battles involving Link monsters that point to this card. You can only use each of the following effects of Maliss White Rabbit once per turn. If this card is no more special summon, you can set 1 Maliss trap from your deck with different names, then the card is in your graveyard. If this card is banished, you can pay 300 life points, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Link monsters. Then we played 2 Chesty Cat. Any monster destroyed by battle with the Maliss Link monster that points to this card is banished. You can only use each of the following effects of Maliss Chesty Cat once per turn. During your main phase, you can banish 1 Maliss card from your hand, then you can draw 2 cards. If this card is banished, you can pay 300 life points, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Link monsters. Then we play 1 Dot Scaper. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card. If this card is banished, you can special summon this card. You can only use 1 Dot Scaper effect per turn, and only once that turn. You can only use each effect of Dot Skipper once per duel. If you control a Link monster, one Coda Soul, if you control a Link monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can activate this effect once this turn if you link summon the Salaman Great Link monster. You can use 1 Salaman Great Link monster you control with the same name as the entire material. During your opponent's main phase quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Immediately after this effect resolves, link summon 1 Link 3 or higher Cyberburst monster. You can only use each effect of Coda Soul once per turn. Then we play, a little spice, EMP Meow Mine. If a Link monster is on the field or in the graveyard, you special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon EMP Meow Mine once per turn this way. If a Link 2 monster you control is sent to the graveyard or banished face up, except during the damage step, you can banish this card from the graveyard if it was there when the monster was sent or banished, or hand even if not. Then target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. You can only use this effective EMP Meow Mine once per turn. Then we played 3 Dimension Shifter. We all know what Shifter does. Banish any card that will go to the graveyard. 3 Mochami Prelia. Basically draw power. Any card that will be summoned from the hand, you just draw 1 immediately after it resolves. Very, very good draw power. And in the main deck, I pretty much like it because Pualos is basically from the extra deck, and you really wouldn't get much draws if your opponent just stops there. But especially with the Ryzios, since they summon from hand, 9 times out of 10 your opponent's always going to normal summon it. If they're not going to normal summon, they're going to special summon from the hand. So you at least get 1 or 2 draws from this if they don't want to lose that turn. 3 Ash Blossom Joy Spring, the most generic hand trap in the game. Then we play 1 Bestial Magnemite, 1 Bestial Druid Worm, 1 Bestial Baldrake. So the Bestials in this deck, which are pretty good because they're like extenders and they're like big bodies. So sometimes you might need that extender to go into a link play, or you might need the big body just as an interruption, which is pretty good. 2 Nibiru the Primal Being. This card was putting a lot of work in the YCS, especially in the top 4 and the finals matches. I haven't even watched the whole YCS, which is crazy. That's how good it was. If you have never been to YCS, make sure you go to the YCS. They are very, very amazing, and YCS Anaheim was the best YCS I went to this year, hands down. During the main phase, if your opponent no more special summon 5/1 monsters this turn, quick effect, you contribute as many face-up monsters on the field as possible, and if you do special summon this card from your hand, then special summon 1 Primal Being token to your opponent's field. This token's attack / defense become combined original attack / defense of the attributed monster. You can only use this effect of Nibiru the Primal Being once per turn. Then we play 3 Maliss and Underground. When this card is activated, you can banish 1 Maliss monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. While 3 or more of your Maliss trap cards with different names are banished, Maliss Link monsters you control gain 3,000 attack. While you control a Maliss Link monster, your opponent can only target Maliss Link monsters for attacks. You can only activate 1 Maliss and Underground per turn. So play 3 of those. 3 Silent Minding. Send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Add 1 level 4 lower cyberse from your deck to your hand. You're going to activate 1 silent mining per turn, so play 3 of those. 2 triple tactics talents. If your opponent has activated a monster effect during the main phase, you activate 1 of these effects. Draw 2 cards. Take control of 1 monster your opponent controls until the end phase. Look at your opponent's hand and choose 1 card to shuffle it into the deck. Very, very powerful card. This card is like really underrated, but this card right here could just turn games, you know, if it resolves. 1 terraforming. Add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. 1 gold salt. Banish 1 card from your deck face up. During your second standby phase after this card's activation, add that card to your hand. 1 card by the grave. Target 1 monster your opponent's graveyard. Banish it, and if you do until the end of the next turn, its effects are negated, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with the same original name. Then we have 3 infinite permanents. 1 GWC06. You can activate this card. The turn it was set by banishing 1 face-up Maliss monster you control. Special summon 1 of your Maliss monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Then if you control a Maliss link monster, you gain life points to the original attack of that special summon monster. You're going to activate 1 Maliss GWC 06 per turn. Then we play 1 MTP 07. You activate this card. The turn it was set by banishing 1 face-up Maliss monster you control. Add 1 Maliss monster from your deck to your hand. Then if you control a Maliss link monster, you can banish 1 card on the field. You're going to activate 1 MTP 07 per turn. Then we play 1 TB11. You can activate this card on the turn it was set by banishing 1 face-up Maliss monster you control. Special summon 1 Maliss monster from your deck, or if your opponent controls 3 or more cards, you can special summon 1 Maliss link monster from your extra deck instead. For the rest of this turn, that summon monster cannot attack, and neither player can activate its effects. You can only activate 1 TB11 per turn. Alright, let's go into the extra deck. The extra deck, we play 1 Hearts Cryptor. Quick effect, you can target 1 of your banished Maliss cards, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, banish 1 card on the field. While this card points to a monster, this effect and activations cannot be negated. If this card is banished, you can pay 900 life points, special summon it, double its attack. You can only use each effect of Maliss Hearts Cryptor once per turn. Then we play 1 Red Ransom. While this card points to a monster, the original attack and defense of all effect monsters your opponent control are switched. You can only use each of the following effects of Maliss Red Ransom once per turn. If this card is special summon, you can add 1 Maliss spell from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished, you can pay 900 life points, special summon it. Then you can banish 1 Cyberse monster from your deck. Very, very crazy. Then we play 1 White Binder. If this card is special summon, you can target 3 cards in any graveyard, banish them. During your main phase, you can set 1 Maliss trap from your deck or graveyard. If this card is banished, you can pay 900 life points, special summon it. Then you draw 1 card. You can only use each effect of White Binder once per turn. 1 Link Decoder. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a Cyberse Link monster with 2300 or more original attack, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Link Decoder once per turn. Then we play 1 Firewall Dragon. Once while face up on the field, quick effect, you can target monsters on the field and their graveyard up to the number of monsters. Co-link this card to this card. Return it to the hand. If a monster this card's point to is destroyed by battle sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Cyberse monster from your hand. You can only use each effect of Firewall Dragon once per turn. Then we play Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid Neo Tempest Terahertz. Negate any monster effects activated by your opponent during the battle phase. Quick effect, you can send 1 Cyberse monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do, this card gains the attribute of that monster sent to the graveyard. Also, it gains 2500 attack. You can only use this effect of Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid Neo Tempest Terahertz once per turn. This card can attack monsters a number of times each battle phase up to the number of different attributes it has. Then we play 1 Link Spider, 1 Splash Mage, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 Trans Code Talker, 1 Lingaribo, 1 SP Little Knight, 1 Haggard Lizardos, 1 Cyberse Dassive Worm. Then we play 1 Mirror Logic Aggregator. Side deck, play 3 Mochami Follows, so basically extra draw power on. I could see it being reversed, that people are playing Perillia in the main, because Perillia is really like starting to become the more broken card as of this format. And for Wallows, people are going into the extra deck, but they might not go into it as much. And if they see, you know, you have to really chain this on an effect that would special summon the card from the deck, because if not, you would just be missing out on a card. You'll just shotgun this and then basically lose out on the card. 1 to Build a Primal Being, 1 Bishop Drill Swarm, 3 Ultimate Slayer. This card has been cooking and putting in a lot of work. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to this card's activation. Send 1 monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. Then target 1 monster your opponent controls with the same card type. Fusion, Synchro, Xe, Pendulum, or Link. Shuffle it into the deck. So we play 3 of these. 3 triple tactics thrust. We already know what thrust does. Grab any spell / trap, you know, do your thing. 2 dimensional barriers, 1 different dimension ground, and then 1 sinful archfiends. So that wraps it up for the deck profile. Top 16 YCS Anaheim Maliss deck profile. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. We out.